Morning, sir.
You're late.
Barely a minute, sir. You will have noticed that Canadian timber prices are on the increase, sir.
I've also noticed that you negotiated higher freight rates, Captain Fogarty.
I anticipated a consequent rise in insurance rates, sir.
Oh, sharp head on young shoulders, eh? Sharp enough for James Onedin, do you think?
I don't know, sir. I've not matched him as yet.
He did once in fair fight.
A long time ago and best forgotten.
I doubt James Onedin would forget and forgive so easily.
I care little for James Onedin's opinions on any matter on this earth.
Not even on a subject which touches you closely?
I don't follow you, sir.
Oh, come on. You were once affianced to that dolly-mop, Elisabeth Onedin.
I regret, sir, that as long as you insist upon traducing the good name of a lady I hold in some esteem, I cannot remain in your presence.
Nor in my employ.
Nor your employ.
Here, Dawson, take these back. You're a stiff-necked rascal, aren't you? Understand me plainly, Captain Fogarty. I care not a rap for your attachments and endearments, but I do concern myself for the good name of this firm.
I cannot see how the affections I once had for Miss Elizabeth could possibly have anything to do with this
Miss Elizabeth, she's Mrs. Albert Fraser. Now do you begin to understand?
No.
Well, I'll try another tack. What is your attitude of mind towards Albert Fraser?
I envy him his good fortune.
Nothing else?
Nothing else.
Good. And I can take it there's no likelihood of any renewal of this entanglement.
Such a suggestion is unworthy of you, sir. I hold both Mr. and Mrs. Albert Fraser in the highest regard.
Good. That's precisely what I required to know.
I don't understand.
Now, these questions are pertinent to your future. You're no doubt aware, since it's the tittle-tattle of every club in the city, that marriage caused a breach between Mr. Fraser and his son, Albert. And rightly, too, in my view. Damn fool married beneath him.
Mr. Callan, please.
No, hear me out, sir. One day, there could very well be a reconciliation between old Mr. Fraser and his son. Now, Fraser and I are very firm friends, have been many years, so when that day comes, I want to ensure that not one breath of scandal will touch either of our houses.
You have my assurance on that score, sir.
Good. Oh, my niece Emma was dining with us last night. She was asking after you. Oh, there's a young girl who'll make some young man a fine wife.
Yes, sir.
And I'm growing old, Daniel. Too old to go crawling through bilges and sounding ship's timbers. I need a ship's husband. Someone with sharp wits, loyal, trustworthy, honest. Someone who knows that his best interests are my best interest. Somebody who knows men and can handle ships. The modern title is Marine Superintendent, if you care for it.
I'm overwhelmed, Mr. Callan.
You'll be overwhelmed with work if you accept, I can tell you that much. Now do you understand the direction of my questions?
I'm to be stationed ashore.
And you will move in the same circles as the Frasers. So I expect you to take care only to meet them on the most formal of occasions.
That has always been my intention, sir.
Very well, Captain Fogarty. This will be your office, and you will take over your duties immediately. But
sir,
remember, one touch of scandal, and out you go.
Yes, sir.
Ah, Mr. Fogarty.
Mr. Fraser?
I might have the privilege of a few minutes' conversation.
Come inside.
Thank you.
How can I be of assistance, Mr. Fraser?
It's a matter of some delicacy, and I must confess I find it rather difficult to begin.
Short, plain, and to the point is usually the better way.
In that case, I shall take your advice and beg your indulgence if the questions I ask seem to be of a personal nature. You've Never married, Mr. Fogarty?
No. I let the first opportunity slip through my fingers through overcaution. The second has not yet arrived.
You are referring to your engagement to my wife?
I once had a great affection for Elisabeth, yes.
An affection which she no doubt returned.
I think, Mr. Fraser, that's a question better asked of your wife.
Oh, I have, Mr. Fogarty, I have.
I'm sorry, sir, but the purpose of this conversation eludes me completely.
I'm of the opinion that my wife has deceived me.
I'm sorry to hear it.
With you.
I have clapped ties with Elisabeth, but once since the day you were married, and that was in your company, sir. I beg your pardon, sir. Once on the quayside when I was
what
seeing
I
Miss
have in
Emma
mind
Island.
must have occurred before our marriage.
Such a suspicion can but raise a canker in a man's mind. On that account alone, you have my sympathy for what it's worth. If it were in my power to help you, I would do so.
Then it is true.
I did not say so! I'm trying to say that you have put me in an impossible position. Am I to confirm or deny? Now, you, Mr. Fraser, must surely understand that no man with the slightest claim upon honor could possibly put a lady into such jeopardy. And for the self-same reason would you accept a denial. Even if I were to swear upon a stack of Bibles, topmast high.
Whose child is it, yours or mine? Answer me plainly, sir.
Go to your wife for your answer. Accept her answer. And for your own peace of mind, believe her, Mr. Fraser. Believe her.
What's wrong with young Fraser? Not looking where he's going, nearly knocked me down the stairs.
Personal matter, sir.
Personal matter? There's no such thing as a personal matter during company time. Come on, out with it, man. What is it?
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
I've given you fair notice, Mr. Fogarty. One breath of
Yes,
scandal...
Mr. Callan, I understand.
Don't you let my uncle bully you, Daniel.
No, Miss Callan, I won't.
Not Miss Callan. How many times must I tell you?
Emma?
Who is that woman? Do you know her?
Yes. Yes, I know her.
Is she one of those women of easy...
She's Mrs. Albert Fraser.
So that's her. James Onedin's sister.
Yes.
Daniel.
Oh, good afternoon, Mrs. Fraser. I should like to introduce Miss Callan. She's sailing to Ireland to visit relatives.
Daniel, you've not called on Albert and I as you promised.
Forgive me, Mrs. Fraser. I am home but a few days and have much to do before sailing.
I quite understand. Being a captain suits you, Daniel.
Oh, you should go aboard now, Miss Emma. She'll be sailing in a minute.
Very well. Goodbye, Mrs. Fraser.
Miss Callan?
Don't forget, next time you're home. Goodbye, Daniel.
Bye, Emma.
Callan's niece? Well, I never took you for an ambitious man, Daniel.
It's amazing what a touch of misfortune can do for a man.
I wonder if she'd wave so prettily if she knew.
Knew.
That you're a father?
Oh!